Is are you ignoring yourself? My question actually is where in your life are you ignoring things that need your attention? We talked about this last week in the Reinvention Summit, but I want to explore this more because I recently found an area or two of my life that I was ignoring. And I listened to some of you, I'm sure, follow Mel Robbins. And she was talking about this a few weeks ago how when something comes crashing down that we've been probably been ignoring, like our health or a relationship or something in our job, when it comes crashing down, then we do all the things, that we probably should have done like 6 months ago or 2 years ago. And she was using the example of how you watch people when their relationship falls apart and then both of them will like get really healthy and get fit and start really taking care of themselves, like after the fact. And I have been thinking about this a lot. Like, what if because most often I think the areas where we find the things that start crumbling, maybe it's an area of your finances, maybe it's an area of health. I would actually love to know where in your life you do feel like you're ignoring something that matters, something important. And do we have the courage to look at it before we must? Because a lot of times what happens is there will come a time when you must deal with it. You must have the reckoning. You must, do the thing. Can we pay attention to ourselves and to our lives before then? And it's never been easier, y'all, to not pay attention because we have so many things that we can be distracted by, so many things in online, in social media, so many easy ways to sort of numb ourselves, distract ourselves from our actual lives. And it makes it so much easier to not pay attention to what's really going on with us. And I learned this recently because I hate going to the dentist. Like, I hate going to the dentist. And I don't know, I get weird anxiety. I've tried the nitrous, and the last time I tried having nitrous, I literally was like, I'm losing control. And I think the person that was trying to help me was like, yeah, that's the point, sister. We're trying to help you lose control so you will stop doing what you're doing. But, anyways, I recently went and there's a lot of little things that need attention. And I was like, yeah, because I've been ignoring that part of my life. And when we do that, then we got a lot bigger mess to clean up. So I'm asking myself and I'm asking you, what in your life are you ignoring? What in yourself are you ignoring? Maybe it's your own health. Maybe it's something in your finances. Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe it's a job, something with your job. Maybe, you know, you have some kind of calling on your heart that you need and want to do, and you just don't do it. And the thing that I think, one of the sentences I think that stops us from making progress is we think to ourselves, well, this shouldn't be happening, or I should be further along, or I shouldn't still be struggling with this. And I am a mindset coach. So I teach a lot about how those thoughts cause results in your life. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. So, what you're actually creating with thoughts like that, those should thoughts. So, how many of you have those should thoughts? What you're creating with the should thoughts is not getting yourself to do the thing. I should be further along in my fitness journey. When you think that, what you're actually saying is the thought that you actually have is, I'm not where I want to be. I'm not doing it. You basically have the thought that I'm not doing the thing that I should do. So when you say to yourself, I should be here or I shouldn't be struggling with this, I love that thought. I mean, love in that it illustrates my point exactly. When you have the thought, I shouldn't be struggling, the thought under that thought is, I am struggling. So what you create with that thought is more struggle. And I think it's these subtle thoughts that keep us ignoring ourselves. that keep us afraid to deal with the thing that most needs dealing with. And I've done this in so many areas of my life. I'm so thankful that I have the awareness now. So the question is, do we have the courage to create awareness for where we are ignoring our lives? Do you have the courage to become aware? Because the thing that we do with all the distractions is that it keeps us it keeps so many things unconscious to us. And are we willing to be conscious and aware of where we're ignoring ourselves, where we're ignoring our lives, where we're ignoring our teeth? In my case, I'm a really bad grinder. And so most of my issues in my mouth are because I grind my teeth so much. So then for me, there's an awareness under that. Like I've always had this like, oh, I'm just a grinder at night. But underneath that is I keep asking myself, like, what's underneath that? What's underneath that? And I think for me, it is that I have a hard time sometimes saying that I'm struggling or that, you know, that I have any anxiety or whatever. So I just do it all at night to myself. Like during the day, everything's fine. And at night, I'm going to let my teeth have it. So I've been aware of that for the past few years. Like, what is going unsaid that I have to clench and grind at night? What am I ignoring in myself that is coming out in this way? So I share that because I know there are things that you are ignoring in your life that you don't want to ignore. Maybe it's your marriage. Maybe it's your health, your weight. Maybe it's your mouth. But whatever it is, do we have the courage to stop ignoring it, to stop ignoring ourselves? And that courage, that awareness, that like, dare I look under the covers and see what's under there has been so freeing for me. Number one, it has helped me stop pretending that I'm fine. I think a lot of people, when they are questioning, like, oh, I don't know, should I hire a life coach? All those positive people that just pretend their life is fine. That is actually not what we do at all. We actually help you, walk alongside you, help give you the courage to confront the things that you're ignoring, to confront your life, to confront, where am I not living like I mean it? Where am I not really living this life with full purpose? Where am I hiding what's inside of me, hiding my potential? And this concept has really helped me so much to have the courage to become aware and to have the courage to do something about it before the thing collapses, before the relationship collapses, before the health is destroyed, before you must deal with it, because there will come a time when you must deal with it. But do we have the courage to do it way before that? Do we have the courage to say, I want to become awake to my life, to the reality of my life? What have I been tolerating that I don't want to tolerate? Maybe in myself. What habits have I been tolerating in myself because I've just been ignoring my life that I don't want to tolerate? What change do I really want to create that I haven't been creating? And this question, these series of questions really helps me. Like, where else? Because it was funny, after I left the dentist, my first thought was, where else? Like, where else might I be ignoring myself and ignoring my life in a way that's not good for me, that's not healthy, that has me blaming other people or shaming myself and hiding? I remember even before I made the appointment, I'm like, oh, this is going to be terrible because they're going to tell me all the things I'm doing wrong. But I'm already telling myself that. So I'm already living with those thoughts. I might as well just confront it and have the courage to do something about it. So I want you to think about the one area of your life that you've been ignoring that you don't want to ignore anymore. You're like, okay, I'm done with that. I'm done ignoring that. And really trusting that you have the courage to follow through and really create what you want to create in your life. In my life coaching program, Life Mentoring School, This is what we do. We set 90-day goals and we help people overcome all of their obstacles that they have, because it's really hard when you've been ignoring yourself for a long time to just not ignore yourself and not ignore your life and actually confront the things that you want to change, and confront yourself for who you really are and where you really are, instead of I should be somewhere different or I shouldn't be struggling. Really being willing to confront yourself where you are and have a lot of grace and compassion for yourself so that you can actually create change. Because the shoulding is not going to help you create change. The shoulding is going to keep you hiding. It's going to keep you ignoring your life. It's going to keep you ignoring yourself. And I just want us to learn how to be kind to ourselves so that we can create what we really do want to create. We've had our coaching program open for a few days now, and we're watching all of our new clients pour in. By the way, we're open till Friday. So if you haven't joined us yet, lifementoringschool.com/enroll. But we've been watching all of these new members pour in and dive into our resources. And because we realize that this stop ignoring yourself is kind of a challenge. We have created this orientation guide that walks you through it. So we walk you through the first couple of weeks, step by step. Here's what to do next. Now do this. Now watch this and do this. And we have had people telling us like, oh my gosh, I feel hope for the first time. Like I feel awake and alive to my life and I feel so much hope. And I think what happens with us a lot of times is that we've been doing this pattern for so long that we don't think it's possible to change, or we're scared of what it will bring up for us. We're scared of what it will require from us. And so when you think about, I teach a tool called the creation cycle, which basically is that your thoughts create your results, but thoughts create feelings. And from those feelings, we take actions, and it goes in a circle and it goes both directions. And so ask yourself, what thoughts am I ignoring that are creating results that I don't want? Like those should thoughts, those I shouldn't be struggling thoughts that create more struggle. I shouldn't be here right now that create staying where you are for way too long. So what are the thoughts? What are the feelings that you've been ignoring? You guys, we are so good at ignoring our emotions. This is what we make our like lifetime hobby, is ignoring our own emotions. You do that to your peril. Your emotions are powerful. They create your actions. And when you resist them, instead of letting them flow through you, when you smush them down and resist them and pretend like you don't feel them and are basically ignoring your whole emotional life, here's what happens. You can do that for so long, and then you just explode over something that seems like it shouldn't be a big deal because you've been ignoring yourself for 40 years or however long. Those are going to come out. The things that we ignore will come to the surface. The question is, will you just have the courage to open the door? Or are we just going to wait for the explosion of all the things? And my advice to you is to be willing to open the door, to be willing to stop ignoring on purpose, to be willing to give yourself finally the break of like, okay, I see you. I see what's been going on. We just get in patterns like this where we just live like this forever, where we just have the same emotions over and over and over. We have the same thoughts over and over and over. We take the same actions or don't take action over and over and over and over so long that we think it's just who we are. We think it's just become our personality. No, you've trained yourself to do that. And are you willing to confront that, to say, I don't want to create that anymore. I don't want to create someone who's bitter and resentful and resisting her emotions and then explodes for no reason onto people with all the emotions that we should have been dealing with. I don't want to be the person anymore who lives in complete overwhelm and who lives in complete fight or flight. I'm creating this stress cycle for myself. So, do we have the courage to do that? Do we have the courage to stop the merry-go-round that we've been living on? Because that version of you, that past self version of you, you will just keep creating that if you don't interrupt the cycle. But you have to ask yourself, what do I want to create instead? Who do I want to be in the world? What kind of mom do I want to be? What kind of wife do I want to be? How do I want to show up to this relationship? I'm going to stop ignoring it, and I'm going to start doing it with intention, on purpose. I'm going to do it on purpose, like I mean it. I was talking to somebody who attended our reinvention workshop last week, and she said, that phrase keeps going through my head. She said, I was walking with my husband, and I kept thinking, like I mean it. Like in this relationship, on this walk, like I mean it. In this life, parenting this child, like I mean it. Not like I'm trying to escape it. Not like I'm ignoring it, but no, with intention, like I mean it. And when you begin to do that, oh my gosh, the freedom that comes. It doesn't mean that life gets easy. No, it may get harder because you've been ignoring yourself for a long time. But what will happen is as you expand your capacity to feel all the emotions, to acknowledge all the thoughts, then you will open yourself up to more joy, more peace, more fun. You will enlarge your capacity to experience your life. So ask yourself the question today: what have I been ignoring in my life that I want to give attention to, that I'm tired of ignoring, that I want to show up for with so much intention and purpose, with so much meaning, like I mean it? And if you want help doing that, we would love to help you in Life Mentoring School. So if you're at a point where you know you need to change, you know you want to change in this area, you know that there are areas of your life that need you. This is what we teach you too. I think this is the other thing that some people get wrong is they think like, oh, the magic is in the program. No, the magic is in you. We just help unlock the magic that's already in you. We just give you the tools so that your own wisdom can come out, so that you can start to experience the amazing person and life that you are, because you are that. You're already doing the thing that's purposeful. You just may not be acknowledging yourself. You're just ignoring yourself. So what we help you do is unlock what's already there. We help you experience your life in a different way by what's already inside you, the Spirit of God in you. So we would love to help you do that. If you want help with this journey, let us help you. lifementoringschool.com/enroll. We're open for a couple of more days. The best way to join our program actually is with a yearly membership. When you do that, you get 4 months free. You'll see that on the page. When you go to enroll, you get 4 months free, and you get our 90-day dream planner shipped to you. The 90-day dream planner is how we help you execute it. It is literally the tool that won't let you ignore yourself, because every day we ask you to write things down. It's literally the tool that helps you do this. So we would love to have you. Ask yourself that question today, whether you join us or not. Ask yourself that question today and be brave enough to answer it. Be brave enough. Have the courage to wake up to your life, to wake up to yourself, to wake up to the potential that is inside you that needs to come out, because we need you now more than ever. All right.